Close your eyes for a moment and think about the last time you felt unstoppable, the last time you believed without a shadow of doubt that you could achieve something. Maybe it was in school when you raised your hand with confidence. Maybe it was a day you went for an interview, or maybe it was a quiet moment when you whispered to yourself, "I can do this." That feeling didn't come from outside. It wasn't given to you by the world. It rose from deep within, from a place that is always working, always creating, always shaping your reality. That place is your subconscious mind. Every single day, you and I are guided more by our subconscious than by our conscious thoughts. You may believe that you are fully in control, that decisions are made by logical reasoning. But in truth, 95% of what you do, what you feel, and even what you expect is driven by this hidden power beneath the surface. Think of it as a silent engine. While you sleep, it never sleeps. While you are distracted, it continues to work. It remembers everything. It records everything, and it silently programs your actions without you realizing. And here lies the secret. If you can learn to influence this incredible force, you can change your life from the inside out. Let me share a story. A man named John lived an ordinary life. He believed he would never be rich, never be healthy, never be more than average. And every day, he repeated this belief in small ways. When he looked at bills, he sighed, "I'll never catch up." When he looked at his reflection, he muttered, "I'm just not built for success." He didn't know that with each word, with each thought, he was programming his subconscious to accept limitation. His subconscious didn't argue, didn't question. It simply obeyed. And so, life gave him exactly what he ordered. A reality of struggle, frustration, and disappointment. But one day, John read something life-changing. It said, "You become what you think about most of the time." At first, he laughed, but slowly, he decided to test it. Every morning, he looked into the mirror and whispered, "I am capable. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am successful." For weeks, nothing happened, but then something subtle began to shift. He walked with more confidence. He started noticing opportunities he had ignored before. He took small chances, and one by one, they grew into life-changing breakthroughs. Within a few years, John became a completely different man. Not because the world suddenly favored him, but because he unlocked the power that had been inside him all along. This is not magic. This is not luck. This is the subconscious mind in action. You see, your subconscious cannot distinguish between reality and imagination. Whatever picture you give it, it accepts as truth. If you constantly feed it images of failure, struggle, and fear, it begins to manifest those conditions in your life. But if you feed it images of success, strength, and joy, it will rearrange your behavior, your decisions, and even the people you meet to make those images real. The law is simple. What you impress on your subconscious, you express in your life. Pause for a moment and look around at your current reality. Your job, your relationships, your health, your level of happiness. They are not accidents. They are mirrors reflecting the beliefs you hold deep inside. Maybe those beliefs were planted by your parents, maybe by society, maybe by your own repeated thoughts. But the truth is, you can change them. You can choose to give your subconscious new instructions, powerful instructions that create the life you truly want. Now imagine this. Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning, and instead of dragging yourself out of bed, you stand tall and declare, "Today is mine. I am worthy of success. I attract good things. I am stronger than fear." At first, your conscious mind might resist. It may say, "This is silly, this isn't true." But remember, your subconscious is listening, and repetition is the key. The more you impress these ideas, the more your subconscious accepts them. Slowly, your actions align with your beliefs. You take chances. You push harder. You stop sabotaging yourself. And life, like a mirror, reflects back the new image you hold inside. Think about some of the greatest achievers in history. They were not born with superhuman powers. They were ordinary men and women who learned to master their minds. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before creating the light bulb. But each time he told himself, "I haven't failed. I found another way that won't work." His subconscious accepted persistence as truth, and that persistence shaped history. Oprah Winfrey grew up in poverty, facing countless obstacles, but she trained her mind to see herself as worthy, capable, and destined for more. Her subconscious obeyed, and the world eventually mirrored her belief. So the question is, what are you telling yourself? What images do you play in your mind? Do you see yourself struggling, or do you see yourself rising? Do you see yourself as unlucky, or do you see yourself as powerful? Your subconscious is like fertile soil. Whatever seed you plant, whether it is positive or negative, it will grow. Plant fear, and you will harvest limitation. Plant faith, and you will harvest miracles. Right now, as you listen, your subconscious is awake, absorbing every word, every image. And I want you to realize that you hold the pen that writes your destiny. You can choose the narrative of your life. You can say, I am not good enough, and your subconscious will nod and agree. Or you can say, I am more than enough, and it will go to work creating opportunities to prove you right. The power is in your hands, or rather, in your thoughts. From this moment on, refuse to speak negatively about yourself. Refuse to allow doubt to dominate your mind. Speak only what you desire. Believe only what uplifts you. Imagine only the future you want to live. Because your subconscious is listening, always listening, and it is eager to create the reality you command. And here's the most exciting truth. You don't have to wait for years to see results. The very moment you shift your inner belief, your outer world begins to shift too. It may start small, but you will notice it. The right person will appear. The right idea will strike. The right door will open. And you will know deep inside that it wasn't luck, it wasn't coincidence. It was the subconscious mind responding to your new command. So let me ask you, if you knew that your thoughts today would shape your tomorrow, what would you choose to think? If you knew that every word was an order to your subconscious, what would you choose to say? The choice is yours. The power is already within you. And the journey to unlocking your hidden potential begins with a single decision: to believe, to affirm, and take control of the most powerful tool you will ever possess, your mind. There is a hidden dialogue happening inside you every single moment, and most people never notice it. It is a conversation between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is like the captain of a ship, giving commands, setting directions, making choices. But the subconscious is the crew. It follows orders faithfully, without question, without judgment. If the captain says, we are heading into a storm, the crew will obey. If the captain says, we are sailing toward paradise, the crew will obey. And this is why the words you speak to yourself, the images you feed your mind, are not just harmless thoughts. They are commands. They are blueprints for your destiny. When you tell yourself, I am unlucky, I am weak, I can't do this, your subconscious does not argue. It does not say, wait, that isn't true. Instead, it quietly accepts your words as instructions and begins shaping your reality accordingly. If you say, I never have enough money, your subconscious mind will adjust your habits and decisions so that money continues to slip away. If you say, I am always tired, your subconscious will reinforce fatigue. But the moment you reverse those words, the moment you say, I am healthy, I am strong, I am capable, I attract wealth, your subconscious shifts direction. It begins to organize your behavior, your emotions, even the people and circumstances around you, to align with the new order. Think about the times you have repeated something to yourself so often that it became part of your identity. A child who grows up hearing, you're smart, you're talented, will walk into the world with confidence. Another child who grows up hearing, you're clumsy, you're worthless, will carry that belief like a shadow for years. Both children live under the power of the subconscious, shaped not by reality itself, but by the instructions impressed upon it. And this doesn't stop in childhood. Even now, as an adult, every thought, every belief, every repeated phrase is planting seeds that grow into tomorrow's reality. Imagine your subconscious as a powerful gardener. Whatever you plant, it will water, nurture, and grow. Plant weeds, and you will have a garden of weeds. Plant roses, and you will have a garden of beauty. The choice is yours. And here is the secret most people never learn. Your subconscious doesn't just react to words, it reacts to feelings. Emotion is the water that makes seeds grow. That is why when you speak affirmations, it is not enough to say the words mechanically. You must feel them deeply, see them clearly, live them in your imagination as if they were already true. When you say, I am successful, picture yourself in that success. Feel the pride, the joy, the freedom. The more vividly you feel it, the faster your subconscious begins to create it. There was a woman named Sarah who had been told her whole life that she was shy, that she wasn't leadership material. At work, she stayed quiet in meetings, afraid to speak up. One day, she attended a seminar where the speaker said, your subconscious doesn't care about your past. It only cares about what you believe right now. That sentence struck her like lightning. She went home, and for 30 days, she stood in front of her mirror each morning and declared, I am confident. I am a leader. My voice matters. At first, it felt fake, even laughable. But little by little, something began to shift. She started raising her hand in meetings. She began to share her ideas. Colleagues noticed. Within a year, she was promoted to a management position. The transformation didn't come from outside approval. It began when she changed the instructions to her subconscious. Think about how this applies to you. Where in your life have you been giving your subconscious negative orders? Maybe you tell yourself you're not good with money, so you never try to save or invest. Maybe you tell yourself you'll never find love, so you close your heart and avoid connections. Maybe you tell yourself you're unlucky, so you walk past opportunities without even noticing them. These are not coincidences. They are the direct results of the beliefs you carry within. The good news is this: beliefs can be rewritten. Your subconscious is not a prison. It is a servant. If you take the time to impress new thoughts, new visions, new commands, your life will begin to change. It will not happen overnight, but it will happen. Remember, repetition is the language of the subconscious. Just as you learned your native language by hearing words repeated again and again, your subconscious learns by hearing and feeling the same thoughts over and over. That is why affirmations, visualization, and gratitude are so powerful. They are tools to retrain the hidden mind. Picture yourself for a moment as the person you most want to be. See it clearly. Maybe you are standing on a stage, inspiring thousands with your words. Maybe you are sitting in a beautiful home, debt-free at peace, surrounded by your family. Maybe you are traveling the world, free to live life on your terms. Whatever it is, let the image come alive in your mind. Feel it as if it's already real. Smile as if you are already there. When you do this, your subconscious cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. It begins to adjust your actions, your habits, even your opportunities to match the picture you gave it. That is how dreams become reality, not by wishing, but by programming the inner mind. Remember, the conscious mind is limited. It can only hold a few thoughts at once. It can be distracted. It can be overwhelmed. But the subconscious is limitless. It never forgets. It never stops. It is like a supercomputer running in the background. Feed it fear, and it will calculate endless reasons to hold you back. Feed it faith, and it will generate endless possibilities to move you forward. The moment you understand this, life changes. You are no longer a victim of chance. You are no longer at the mercy of luck. You are the author, the programmer, the captain. Every thought is a command. Every belief is a blueprint. And every feeling is a seed. The life you live tomorrow is already being shaped by the thoughts you think today. So why not choose wisely? Why not decide right now that you will only plant seeds of strength, of courage, of abundance, of love? Because one thing is certain. Your subconscious is listening, and it is ready to create whatever you demand. The question is, what will you tell it? Will you repeat the doubts that have kept you small? Or will you dare to declare a greater future, to imagine a higher self, to unlock the hidden potential that has always been waiting inside you? The choice is yours, and the power has been in your hands all along. There comes a moment in every life when you feel stuck, trapped between where you are and where you wish to be. You may feel like you're trying, working hard, pushing forward, yet nothing seems to change. This is the point where most people give up. But what they don't realize is that the barrier they're fighting against is not outside them. It is inside. It is the invisible wall of their subconscious programming. You see, your subconscious is like a thermostat. If the thermostat is set to 70 degrees, the room will always return to 70. Heat it up, cool it down. Somehow it adjusts itself back to the preset number. In the same way, your subconscious has been programmed to keep you at a certain level of success, happiness, wealth, or health. If you try to rise above it without changing the setting inside, life will pull you back to your comfort zone. That's why lottery winners often lose everything within a few years, and why people who achieve sudden success sometimes sabotage themselves. The outer change came, but the inner program remained the same. So the real question is, how do you change the thermostat? How do you reprogram the subconscious mind to set a higher level for your life? The answer begins with awareness. You cannot change what you do not see. Pay attention to your thoughts, to the words you use. Notice the patterns you repeat every day. Do you say, "I'm always broke," or "I never have time," or "I'm not lucky"? Those are not harmless words. They are commands. Each one is reinforcing a program that limits you. The first step to freedom is to catch yourself in the act. When you hear yourself speak doubt, pause and replace it. Instead of "I never have enough," say, "Money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways." Instead of "I'm not good enough," say, "I am growing stronger and better every day." It may feel unnatural at first, but repetition is the bridge to transformation. Visualization is another powerful tool. Your subconscious communicates in images, not just words. That is why daydreams, imagination, and mental pictures influence you so deeply. When you close your eyes and picture yourself living your dream life, your subconscious accepts it as reality. The more vividly you imagine, the more powerfully it responds. Athletes use this technique all the time. Before stepping into the arena, they mentally rehearse the perfect performance. They see the ball going into the net, the race ending in victory, the crowd cheering. And studies have shown that this mental practice activates the same brain pathways as physical practice. That means your subconscious is already preparing you for success before you even take action. Gratitude is another key. Why? Because gratitude is the language of abundance. When you focus on what you already have, your subconscious interprets it as a signal that life is plentiful, that blessings surround you. This mindset attracts more of the same. Think of it like tuning a radio. If you set your frequency to lack, you will keep receiving more lack. But if you tune into gratitude, you start to receive more opportunities, more joy, more reasons to be thankful. Every night before you sleep, whisper 3 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be grand. It could be a smile, a meal, the comfort of bed. As you sleep, your subconscious will dwell on these images of abundance, and they will multiply in your waking life. Let me tell you about Michael, a struggling entrepreneur. For years, he battled failure after failure. He believed he wasn't smart enough, that the market was too tough, that others were luckier. His subconscious thermostat was set to struggle, and no matter how hard he worked, he couldn't rise above it. One day, a mentor gave him a challenge. For 30 days, the mentor said, every morning when you wake up and every night before bed, repeat, I am worthy of success. Opportunities flow to me. My business grows every day. And visualize yourself shaking hands with new clients, receiving payments, smiling with confidence. Michael felt silly at first, but he committed. By the 3rd week, something shifted. He began approaching people with more certainty. His voice carried more authority. Within months, he attracted deals that once seemed impossible. What changed? The outside world? No, the inside program. His subconscious finally believed he was worthy, and reality followed. Reprogramming your subconscious takes patience. You cannot erase decades of negative conditioning in one day. But with consistent practice, you can rewrite the script. Imagine your mind as a garden. If weeds have been growing for years, you cannot remove them in a single pull. You must dig them out daily and plant new seeds of positivity. Affirmations, visualization, gratitude, meditation. These are your gardening tools. Use them consistently, and your inner landscape will transform. And once the inside changes, the outside cannot help but follow. But here's something most people forget. Your subconscious listens not only to your words, but also to your environment. If you surround yourself with negativity, pessimistic friends, toxic media, constant complaints, your subconscious absorbs those patterns. That is why it is so important to choose your environment carefully. Listen to uplifting content. Read books that inspire. Spend time with people who believe in growth. Every input shapes the subconscious. Be as careful with what you feed your mind as you are with what you feed your body. Let's go deeper. Have you ever noticed how you can't seem to break certain habits, no matter how hard you try? Maybe you want to quit smoking, lose weight, wake up early, or exercise more. You use willpower for a few days, but soon you slip back. Why? Because willpower lives in the conscious mind, and the conscious mind tires quickly. But habits live in the subconscious. That is why they feel automatic, effortless. To truly change a habit, you must reach the subconscious. Instead of fighting the habit with sheer force, you replace it with a new program. Tell yourself, I love feeling healthy. I enjoy nourishing my body. I wake up energized. Picture yourself as a version of you who already lives this way. Feel the pride of discipline, the joy of strength. Slowly, the old program weakens and the new one takes root. Change becomes natural, not forced. The most powerful truth is this. Your subconscious is always working, whether you guide it or not. If you ignore it, it will keep replaying old beliefs, old fears, old limitations. But if you take control, if you feed it with purpose, it will become your greatest ally. It will lead you, guide you, and open doors you never imagined. This is why some people seem lucky. It isn't luck. It is alignment. Their inner program matches the outer life they desire. So I ask you now, what programs are you running? What stories have you accepted as truth? And more importantly, are you ready to change them? Because from this moment forward, you have a choice. You can live on autopilot, repeating the past, or you can consciously design your future by reprogramming the subconscious mind. Every thought is a brushstroke. Every image is a blueprint. Every affirmation is a seed. And every day you choose, you are shaping the masterpiece of your life. There's a quiet intelligence within you that knows how to heal. Think about it. When you cut your hand, you don't command the skin to close, the blood to clot, the tissue to repair. It happens automatically. When you eat, you don't instruct your stomach to release enzymes or tell your cells to absorb nutrients. Your body knows. This wisdom is not in your conscious control. It belongs to the subconscious mind. And if your subconscious has the power to mend the body in ways you cannot explain, imagine what else it can do when you begin to work with it intentionally. Science has revealed something fascinating. The brain and body respond to imagined experiences almost the same way they respond to real ones. When someone visualizes themselves exercising, the brain fires similar signals to the muscles as if they were actually moving. Patients who imagine their wounds closing, their body strengthening, their immune systems fighting, often recover faster than those who do not. Why? Because the subconscious mind accepts vivid imagination as truth, and once it accepts it, the body follows. This is why belief is so powerful. Doctors have witnessed countless cases of placebo effect, where patients who are given sugar pills experience real healing simply because they believe the treatment is working. Their subconscious accepts the idea of healing, and the body responds. If the mind can heal through belief in a harmless pill, then surely it can heal even more powerfully when guided by conscious intention and focus. But here's the problem. Many people do the opposite. They program their subconscious with sickness instead of health. They constantly say, I always get sick during winter, or this pain never leaves me, or it runs in my family, so I'll suffer too. Each repetition is like a command to the subconscious, which then instructs the body to behave accordingly. You may not realize it, but your words and thoughts are prescriptions, and your body takes them seriously. If you want to use the power of your subconscious for healing, begin by changing your inner language. Instead of saying, I'm always tired, try, every day I grow stronger and more energetic. Instead of, this illness controls me, declare, my body is intelligent and knows how to restore balance. Say it with faith, not as wishful thinking, but as truth. Your subconscious listens, and when you repeat these affirmations with emotion, it begins to align your biology with your belief. Let me share a story of a woman named Sarah. She was diagnosed with a chronic condition and told by doctors that she would live in pain for the rest of her life. At first, she accepted this, and her health declined. But then she discovered the power of the subconscious mind. She began visualizing herself running, laughing, living pain-free. Every morning, she would close her eyes and imagine light flowing through her body, healing every cell. At night, she whispered affirmations. I am whole, I am healthy, I am free. Slowly, her pain lessened. Her energy returned. Years later, she was not only walking but hiking and traveling. Things doctors told her were impossible. What changed? Not her diagnosis, but her inner belief. She gave her subconscious a new program, and her body obeyed. Emotional healing works the same way. Many people carry wounds not in their bodies, but in their hearts. Memories of betrayal, loss, failure, or rejection replay again and again, keeping them trapped in the past. These wounds may be invisible, but they affect every area of life: relationships, confidence, peace of mind. Your subconscious stores these emotions like files, and unless you address them, they keep influencing you silently. The good news is that just as you can reprogram your subconscious for health, you can reprogram it for emotional freedom. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools for this. Not just forgiving others, but forgiving yourself. When you hold on to anger or guilt, it is like carrying a heavy weight that your subconscious drags everywhere. But when you choose forgiveness, you're not excusing what happened. You are releasing its power over you. Tell your subconscious, I let go of the past. I free myself from this burden. I deserve peace. Repeat it, feel it, and over time, the emotional wounds begin to close, just like physical wounds do. Gratitude also heals emotions. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lost, your subconscious shifts from scarcity to abundance. You stop replaying what went wrong and start noticing what is still right. Gratitude rewires the brain, increasing feelings of joy and reducing stress. Even in moments of pain, there is always something to be thankful for: a kind word, the warmth of the sun, the chance to try again tomorrow. The more you focus on these, the more your subconscious creates emotional balance. Another powerful method is relaxation and meditation. Stress weakens the body and clouds the mind, but deep relaxation opens the door to the subconscious. That's why hypnosis, meditation, or simply sitting in silence with slow breathing can be so transformative. In this calm state, your subconscious is more receptive. You can plant new seeds. I am safe. I am calm. I choose joy. My mind and body are in harmony. Imagine waves washing away tension. Imagine yourself surrounded by light. Imagine peace filling every part of you. Your subconscious absorbs these images and begins to create them in your reality. But let me remind you, this is not about denying reality. If you are sick, you don't pretend you aren't. If you are in pain, you don't ignore it. What you do is choose a higher reality. You acknowledge what is, but you also direct your subconscious toward what can be. You say, yes, I feel this now, but I am moving toward health. Yes, I carry this pain, but I am open to healing. This balance of acceptance and belief is where true transformation begins. Think of your subconscious as a faithful servant. It doesn't argue, it doesn't question, it doesn't reason. It simply carries out what is told. If you tell it, I am weak, it will make you weak. If you tell it, I am strong, it will make you strong. If you tell it, I cannot heal, it will obey. But if you tell it, I am healing every day, it will set forces in motion to make it true. So right now, I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. Say to yourself, my mind and body are one. Every cell in my body listens to the language of my mind. I speak health. I speak peace. I speak strength. I choose healing. I am healing. I am whole. And as you repeat these words, imagine your subconscious receiving them like commands carved into stone. Imagine your body responding, your heart calming, your spirit rising. You are not begging for healing. You are declaring it, and your subconscious is already at work. Success is not an accident. Wealth is not a matter of luck. Behind every achievement you admire, there's a pattern, a mindset, a belief system running silently in the background. That belief system lives in the subconscious mind. Most people never realize it, but their financial situation is not only shaped by their skills, their education, or the opportunities around them. It is shaped by the story their subconscious believes about money and success. Think for a moment. What were you told about money as a child? Did you hear phrases like, money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are greedy, or we can't afford that? These words were not just conversations. They were programs installed in your subconscious. If you grew up believing money is hard to get, that success belongs only to others, or that wealth requires sacrifice and suffering, your subconscious will do everything it can to make sure those beliefs remain true. That is why some people work endlessly yet stay stuck. They are fighting against their own inner programming. But here's the truth. Money is energy. Success is energy. They flow toward those who are aligned with them. And alignment begins in the subconscious mind. If you want more wealth, you must change the inner story you tell about it. Instead of seeing money as scarce, see it as abundant. Instead of fearing success, embrace it as your natural state. Instead of believing wealth will corrupt you, remind yourself that wealth is a tool, and in the right hands, it can bless not only you but the world around you. Visualization is one of the most powerful ways to attract success. Imagine walking into your dream office. See the contracts signed with your name on them. Picture your bank account growing, your debts dissolving, your financial freedom expanding. Feel the pride of providing for your family, the relief of security, the joy of generosity. The subconscious does not know the difference between imagination and reality. It only knows the emotion you attach to the picture. The stronger the emotion, the faster the subconscious accepts it as truth. But wealth attraction is not just about sitting back and imagining. It is about programming your subconscious so deeply that your actions naturally align with success. When your subconscious believes you are wealthy, you will make choices that wealthy people make. You will notice opportunities others miss. You will step forward with confidence instead of fear. You will network, invest, create, and grow. Not because you're forcing yourself, but because your subconscious thermostat has been reset to abundance. Let me give you an example. There was a man named Daniel who grew up hearing his parents fight about bills. He carried a belief that money was always stressful, always scarce. As an adult, no matter how much he earned, he lost it quickly. One day, he decided to reprogram his subconscious. He began affirming, money flows to me with ease. I am a magnet for wealth. Success comes naturally to me. He visualized himself debt-free, living abundantly, helping others. At first, nothing changed. But over time, his behavior shifted. He stopped making desperate decisions. He began noticing opportunities for growth. He attracted partners and clients who believed in his vision. Within a few years, he not only cleared his debts but built a thriving business. His outer life changed only after his inner program changed. Affirmations are a key tool. Speak wealth into your life daily. Say, I deserve success. Money is my servant, not my master. I attract abundance. I am aligned with prosperity. Say these words not mechanically, but with conviction. Imagine each word as a seed planted in the soil of your subconscious. Water it every day with repetition, and soon the harvest will appear. Gratitude also multiplies wealth. When you are thankful for the money you already have, no matter how little, your subconscious interprets it as abundance. You shift your frequency from lack to prosperity. Instead of complaining about bills, say, I am grateful I can pay them. I am grateful money is circulating in my life. Instead of envying others' success, celebrate it as proof that wealth is possible for you too. What you bless, you attract. What you resent, you repel. Gratitude trains your subconscious to open the door to more. But beware, if you constantly speak words of lack, your subconscious will close the door. If you say, I'll never make it, or success is for other people, or I'm not lucky, your subconscious accepts as law. It will create situations to confirm those beliefs. That is why you must guard your language. Every word is a command, and your subconscious obeys without question. Success also requires releasing fear. Many people unconsciously fear wealth. They fear being judged, losing friends, or failing after success. These fears hide in the subconscious and sabotage progress. To overcome them, you must replace fear with purpose. Ask yourself, why do I want success? Is it only for me, or is it also to serve, to give, to make an impact? When your purpose is bigger than your fear, your subconscious aligns with courage. You stop running from success and start running toward it. Think of your subconscious as a magnet. It pulls to you whatever matches its vibration. If you constantly dwell on debt, it pulls more debt. If you focus on freedom, it pulls opportunities for freedom. If you picture success, it attracts success. It is not magic, it is alignment. Your actions, your energy, your decisions, your awareness, they all flow from the subconscious. Let me ask you this. If you close your eyes right now, could you truly see yourself as wealthy? Could you feel the joy of success? Could you imagine your life not just surviving, but thriving? If not, then that is your work. You must train your subconscious to accept abundance as normal. You must make success feel familiar, not foreign. The more natural it feels in your mind, the sooner it will appear in your life. So tonight, before you sleep, tell yourself, I am wealthy in mind and spirit. Prosperity flows to me. I welcome abundance. I use my wealth to bless myself and others. Then visualize it. Feel it. Drift into sleep with that image. As you sleep, your subconscious will work like a faithful servant, aligning your reality with your belief. Remember this. Success begins inside. Wealth begins inside. The world outside will mirror what you believe within. If you want to change your financial future, don't just work harder. Reprogram your subconscious. Set your inner thermostat to abundance, and watch as your outer world rises to meet it. Every human heart longs for connection. Deep down, we all crave love, respect, and understanding. We want to be seen, valued, and cherished. But here's a truth most people never realize. The quality of your relationships is not decided only by others. It is largely decided by the programs running in your subconscious mind. The way you see yourself, the beliefs you carry about love, and the stories you repeat silently all shape the way you attract and experience relationships. Think about it. If your subconscious believes you are unworthy of love, you will unconsciously push people away or choose partners who confirm that belief. If your subconscious believes relationships always end in heartbreak, you will sabotage good connections or cling to the wrong ones. If your subconscious believes love is scarce, you may settle for less than you deserve. In other words, your relationships mirror your inner programming. But here's the empowering truth. When you reprogram your subconscious, you can transform the way you give and receive love. You can heal old wounds, break destructive patterns, and attract relationships filled with joy and respect. It begins with self-image. The way you see yourself is the way others learn to see you. If you believe you are worthy of love, your subconscious will guide you to people who recognize your value. If you believe you deserve respect, your subconscious will prevent you from tolerating disrespect. That is why affirmations like, I am worthy of deep love, I deserve kindness, I am enough, are not just empty words. They are commands to your subconscious to raise your standards. Imagine walking into a room with confidence, your subconscious filled with certainty that you are lovable and deserving. Your body language changes, your tone shifts, your energy expands. People sense it. They are drawn to you, not because of what you wear or how you look, but because of the vibration you carry. Love is magnetic, and the subconscious sets the magnet. Healing from past pain is also essential. Many carry emotional scars from betrayal, rejection, or broken relationships. These scars often create subconscious blocks. Fear of trust, fear of intimacy, fear of loss. You may not even realize it, but if your subconscious still replays those memories, they'll influence your present relationships. The good news is that the subconscious can release these wounds. Through forgiveness, visualization, and new affirmations, you can let go of the old story. Tell your subconscious, that was the past. I release it. I choose to create something new. I am open to love again. Imagine your heart as a room filled with light, the shadows of old pain dissolving. The more you repeat this, the lighter your subconscious becomes, and the more open you are to receiving love. Let me share the story of Emily. For years, she believed love always ended in betrayal. She had seen her parents' painful divorce and carried that memory as truth. Every relationship she entered ended in the same way: conflict, mistrust, distance. One day, she discovered the power of the subconscious mind. She began writing daily affirmations. I attract loyal, kind, and trustworthy love. I am safe in love. I create harmony. She visualized herself laughing with a supportive partner, walking hand in hand, building a future together. Slowly, she noticed changes. She no longer chased toxic partners. She felt calm and confident. Within a year, she met someone who matched the picture she had been programming into her subconscious. Today, they share a loving and respectful marriage. Her outer life changed only after her inner beliefs did. Relationships are also strengthened by gratitude. When you focus on what you appreciate in your partner, your subconscious amplifies it. Instead of dwelling on flaws, you train your mind to see strengths. This creates warmth and connection. Each night, whisper 3 things you are grateful for in your partner, even if they are small: their smile, their patience, their presence. Over time, your subconscious builds a deeper bond, and love grows naturally. Gratitude is like water to plant relationships. It makes love bloom. But beware of negative programming. If you constantly say, men can't be trusted, or women always disappoint, or love never lasts, your subconscious will take those words as law. It will guide you to experiences that confirm them. Change your script. Replace the story. Begin saying, I attract trustworthy people. Love is safe. Love is abundant. I create lasting bonds. The subconscious will align your reality with your new belief. Another secret lies in communication. Many people struggle in relationships not because of lack of love, but because of poor communication patterns. If your subconscious is filled with fear of rejection, you may avoid expressing your needs. If it is filled with anger, you may speak harshly without meaning to. By reprogramming your subconscious with beliefs like, I communicate clearly, I am heard, I am understood, you transform the way you interact. Conversations become bridges instead of battles, and love flows more freely. Also, remember that love begins within. If you neglect yourself, criticize yourself, or reject yourself, your subconscious learns that pattern and projects it outward. But if you care for yourself, speak kindly to yourself, and treat yourself with respect, your subconscious attracts partners who mirror that treatment. Self-love is not selfish. It is a foundation of every healthy relationship. Tell yourself daily, I love myself. I honor myself. I am complete, and love only adds to my joy. Let's take a moment. Close your eyes and imagine your ideal relationship. See yourself laughing, supporting, growing together. Feel the safety, the respect, the joy. Let that image sink deep into your subconscious. Say to yourself, I am ready for love. I am open to connection. I attract harmony and joy. Repeat it until your subconscious accepts it as truth. From that moment, you will notice subtle shifts. You will feel more confident. You will attract kindred people, and you will build stronger bonds. Relationships are not accidents. They are reflections. They reflect the programs running inside you. If you change a program, you change a reflection. If you fill your subconscious with love, you will radiate love, and love will return to you multiplied. So I ask you, are you ready to let go of the old stories? Are you ready to stop repeating the patterns of the past? Are you ready to program your subconscious with worthiness, trust, and joy? Because when you do, love will no longer be something you chase. It will be something you naturally attract. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions humans experience. Sometimes it protects you, warning you of danger. But more often, fear limits you. It whispers lies. You're not ready. You're not capable. You'll fail. You'll be judged. And self-doubt is fear's twin brother. It sits quietly inside, making you question your worth, your talent, your potential. These two forces, when left unchecked, can paralyze even the most gifted people. But here's the secret. Fear and self-doubt are not created by the world outside. They are created and magnified by the subconscious mind. Your subconscious is like a projector. Whatever film you feed it, it plays on the screen of your life. If you constantly feed it images of failure, embarrassment, or rejection, it will replay them again and again until you believe they are inevitable. The truth is, most fears are not real. They are imagined. They exist only in your mind. But because your subconscious accepts imagination as reality, it reacts with the same intensity as if the danger were real. That is why your heart races before presentation, why your palms sweat before conversation, why you hold back from opportunities. Your subconscious is protecting you from imagined danger. The first step to overcoming fear is recognizing it for what it is: a program. It is not truth. It is not destiny. It is simply an old message your subconscious has been repeating. Maybe someone once told you that you weren't good enough, and your mind recorded it. Maybe you failed once, and your subconscious marked failure as permanent danger. But those are just old recordings. And like any recording, they can be erased and replaced. Start by changing the inner voice. When fear says, "You can't do this," reply with, "I am capable." When doubt says, "What if I fail?" answer, "What if I succeed?" When your subconscious projects worst-case scenarios, imagine best-case outcomes instead. Train your mind to replace fear with possibility. At first, the old voice will fight back, but with repetition, the new voice grows louder until your subconscious accepts it as truth. Visualization is another powerful weapon. Most people unconsciously visualize fear. They imagine the audience laughing at them, the plan collapsing, the rejection letter arriving, and the subconscious obeys. Instead, visualize victory. Close your eyes and see yourself walking confidently on stage, speaking clearly, receiving applause. Picture yourself succeeding, smiling, celebrating. Feel the pride, the relief, the joy. Do it often enough, and your subconscious will begin to expect success instead of fear. Let me share a story. There was a man named Alex who dreamed of starting his own business. But every time he thought about it, fear rushed in. What if he failed? What if he lost everything? What if people laughed? His subconscious was filled with doubt. For years, he stayed stuck in a job he hated. One day, he decided to fight back. He began a daily practice. Every morning, he stood in front of a mirror and declared, "I am fearless. I trust myself. I am capable of success." He visualized himself running a thriving business, shaking hands with clients, living freely. Slowly, the fear weakened. He still felt nervous, but he acted anyway. Within 2 years, his dream became reality. What changed? Not the risks, but the program inside his subconscious. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is a decision to act despite fear. And that decision begins in the subconscious. If your subconscious is filled with confidence, courage feels natural. If it is filled with doubt, fear takes over. That is why affirmations like, "I trust myself," "I am bold," "I am strong," "I rise above fear," are so powerful. They teach your subconscious a new identity, an identity of courage. Another tool is memory reframing. Many fears come from past failures or painful moments stored in the subconscious. You may still see yourself as a child who was laughed at in school, or the adult who failed once and never tried again. But you can reframe those memories. Instead of seeing them as proof of weakness, see them as lessons that made you stronger. Tell your subconscious, "That was not the end. It was training. I am wiser because of it. I am stronger because of it." When you change the meaning of the past, the fear attached to it dissolves. Breathing and relaxation also play a role. When fear strikes, your body reacts, heart racing, muscles tensing, mind racing. This physical reaction sends signals back to the subconscious, confirming the fear. But if you calm the body, you calm the subconscious. Deep breathing, meditation, or simply pausing to relax can break the cycle. In those calm moments, repeat empowering words. I am safe. I am calm. I choose courage. Over time, your subconscious learns to respond to challenges with calmness instead of panic. Self-doubt is perhaps the most silent killer of dreams. It doesn't scream, it whispers. It says, "Who are you to try? You're not smart enough, not talented enough, not worthy." And if you listen, your subconscious will lock those words in as truth. But here's what you must remember. Nobody is born confident. Confidence is programmed. Those who succeed are not always the smartest or most talented. They are simply the ones who train their subconscious to believe in them. To overcome self-doubt, start celebrating small wins. Each time you take a step, acknowledge it. Tell your subconscious, "See, I did it. I am capable." Confidence grows not from waiting for a big victory, but from stacking small victories. And every acknowledgement becomes a message your subconscious stores for the future. Let's do an exercise. Close your eyes. Think of something you fear right now, a step you want to take but haven't because of fear or doubt. Picture it clearly. Now imagine yourself facing it boldly. See yourself succeeding. Feel the relief, the pride, the joy. Tell yourself, "I am greater than my fear. My doubt is a lie. I choose courage. I move forward." Repeat it until it feels real. That feeling is your subconscious shifting. Remember this. Fear is a story. Doubt is a story. They live in your subconscious only because you have repeated them. But just as you once repeated fear, you can now repeat courage. Just as you once repeated doubt, you can now repeat belief. And over time, the new story will replace the old. You were not born with fear. You learned it. And anything learned can be unlearned. You were not born with doubt. You absorbed it. And anything absorbed can be released. Deep within you, your subconscious holds the power to rewrite your story. And when you do, fear will no longer hold you back, and doubt will no longer define you. You will act boldly, live freely, and step into the life you were meant to live. Every story has a climax, and your life is no different. For too long, you may have believed you were ordinary, limited, stuck with what life handed you. But the truth you discovered on this journey is extraordinary. You are not limited. You are not weak. You are not powerless. Deep inside you exists a hidden force, a silent architect, a constant partner that shapes every day of your life, your subconscious mind. And now, you know how to unlock it. Think about it. All the greatness in history, all the people who changed the world, who created beauty, who built empires, who rose from nothing to something, they did not have more hours in a day than you. They did not have some magical gift reserved only for them. What they had was belief. They programmed their subconscious to see possibility instead of limitation, to see opportunity instead of failure, to see strength instead of weakness. They mastered the same power you now hold in your hands. Your subconscious never sleeps. Right now, as you listen, it is recording your thoughts, shaping your emotions, guiding your actions. If you fill it with fear, it creates fear. If you feed it doubt, it multiplies doubt. But if you feed it vision, courage, and belief, it becomes a loyal servant, guiding you toward success with invisible hands. That is why the final key is mastery, learning to consciously choose what you plan in your subconscious, every day, every hour, every moment. So, how do you achieve mastery? Start with awareness. Notice your thoughts. Every time a negative thought arises, don't let it slip by. Catch it. Replace it. If your mind says, "I can't," respond with, "I can." If it says, "It's impossible," answer, "Nothing is impossible." Do not let your subconscious be programmed by accident. Program it with intention. Second, live by vision, not memory. Most people live trapped in the past, replaying old failures, old hurts, old fears. But you are not your past. Your subconscious will believe whatever you feed it. So instead of replaying yesterday, play tomorrow. Visualize your goals as if they are already true. Imagine yourself living the life you desire, feeling the freedom, enjoying the abundance, walking in confidence. Your subconscious will accept those images as reality and begin guiding you toward them. Third, practice gratitude. Gratitude is not just a feel-good emotion. It is a subconscious reprogramming tool. When you focus on what you already have, your subconscious shifts from scarcity to abundance. It stops worrying about what is missing and starts creating more of what you already appreciate. Each day, take a few minutes to thank life for what you have, for what you are, and even for what is coming. Gratitude rewires your subconscious to expect goodness, and what you expect, you attract. Fourth, act boldly. Your subconscious is shaped by repetition, but also by experience. When you act with courage, even in small steps, your subconscious records as truth. I am bold. I am capable. Each action becomes evidence, and evidence builds unshakable belief. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Step forward. Take risks. Speak up. Try again. With every bold move, you train your subconscious to follow strength instead of fear. And finally, commit to lifelong practice. Mastery is not achieved in one day. It is a journey, a daily decision to train your subconscious. Just like a garden, it requires care. If you don't plant flowers, weeds will grow. So keep planting thoughts of success, of joy, of courage, of love. Speak affirmations daily. Visualize your dreams daily. Celebrate your victories daily. The more you practice, the deeper the roots grow until your subconscious becomes a fertile field of unstoppable power. Let me tell you something extraordinary. Science has shown that the subconscious controls up to 95% of your daily actions. That means almost everything you do, how you speak, how you react, how you feel, is guided by the programs already stored inside. Imagine what will happen when 95% of your actions are aligned with confidence, abundance, joy, and purpose. Your life will not just change, it will transform. Think of a person who once lived in chains of fear, of doubt, of limitation. And then think of that same person breaking free, standing tall, living fully. That person can be you. The only difference between who you are now and who you want to be is the story you feed your subconscious. Change the story, and you change your destiny. So as we close this journey, let these words sink deep. You are powerful beyond measure. You have within you the ability to create, to heal, to rise, to inspire. You're not a victim of life. You are the author of it. Your subconscious is your pen. Every thought is a word. Every belief is a sentence. Every action is a chapter. And the book of your life is still being written. Ask yourself now, what story do you want to tell? Do you want it to be a story of fear, regret, and wasted potential? Or a story of courage, growth, and fulfillment? The choice is yours, and your subconscious is ready to obey. Feed it your vision, your dreams, your courage, your gratitude. Watch as it works for you tirelessly, guiding you toward everything you desire. As you go forward, repeat this truth. I am the master of my mind. I am the author of my story. I plant seeds of greatness, and I harvest greatness. My subconscious is my ally, my partner, my power. I trust it. I guide it. And together, we create a life of limitless possibility. Take a deep breath now. Feel the truth resonating within you. The journey is not ending. It is beginning. You are awakening. You are transforming. You are rising into the person you were always meant to be. And as you step into this new chapter, remember, the power of your subconscious mind is the greatest gift you possess. Use it wisely. Use it boldly. Use it to unlock your hidden potential and live the extraordinary life waiting for you.